Grouping worksheets can make your work easier and faster by letting you perform an action on multiple worksheets at once. For example, you can total the monthly sales values in a range on several worksheets at the same time. Click the October Worksheet tab. To group worksheets, start by clicking the first worksheet in the group. Press and hold the Shift key, then click the December Worksheet tab. The three worksheets are now grouped. There's a green line under all three sheet names, and the word group appears in the title bar. Click cell B9. You want to add a formula here to total the values in range B6 through B8. In the editing group on the ribbon, click the AutoSum button. Excel displays the sum function in cell B9. Because worksheets are grouped, Excel will automatically enter the same formula in cell B9 of the other worksheets in the group. On the formula bar, click the Enter button. Right-click the October Worksheet tab. The shortcut menu opens. On the shortcut menu, click Ungroup Sheets. Excel ungroups the worksheets. The worksheet names November and December are now gray instead of black, and the green line beneath them disappears. The word group no longer appears in the title bar. Click the November Worksheet tab. The formula you entered in the October worksheet appears in the formula bar for the November worksheet as well, because you entered it when the sheets were grouped. Grouping worksheets lets you apply formatting and enter formulas to multiple worksheets at the same time. This saves valuable time and keystrokes for you by eliminating the need for changing each worksheet separately. Click the First Quarter Worksheet tab. Press and hold Shift, and then click the Fourth Quarter Worksheet tab. The worksheets are grouped, and the word group appears in the title bar after the file name. Any formatting you apply in the first worksheet will be applied to the other worksheets in the group as well. Click and drag to select range A4 through E4. On the Home tab in the Font group, click the Italic button. Excel italicizes the text in the selected range. In the Font group, click the Fill Color arrow. The Fill Color Gallery appears. In the Fill Color Gallery, in the Theme Colors section, click the black Text 1 fill color, Row 1, Option 2. Excel applies the new fill color to the selected cells. Click the Second Quarter Worksheet tab. Excel switches to the Second Quarter Worksheet, where you can see that the same formatting has been applied. Excel has also applied the new formatting to the other worksheets. Break an external link when you no longer want the linked data in your current workbook to update whenever the data in the source workbook changes. Breaking the link creates a static value in your current worksheet cell. Click cell B8. The formula in this cell contains an external reference. You want to break the link between the two workbooks. Click the Data tab on the ribbon. In the Queries and Connections group, click the Edit Links button. The Edit Links dialog box opens with the current external link listed and highlighted. In the Edit Links dialog box, click Break Link. A dialog box appears warning you that breaking links permanently converts formulas and external references to their existing values, and that it cannot be undone. Click Break Links. The link disappears from the dialog box and from the formula bar. Only the value, which is no longer linked to another workbook, appears in the formula bar. Click Close. The Edit Links dialog box closes. Adding a hyperlink to give users access to additional information keeps your worksheet uncluttered. You can make the hyperlink even more useful by adding a screen tip with brief information on what the hyperlink does or where it leads. Right-click cell A24. The shortcut menu and mini toolbar appear. On the shortcut menu, click Edit Hyperlink. The Edit Hyperlink dialog box is displayed. The current hyperlink text appears in the Text to Display box. You will keep this text, but you want to edit the default screen tip text added by Excel when the hyperlink was first created. In the Edit Hyperlink dialog box, click the Screen Tip button. The Set Hyperlink Screen Tip dialog box is displayed with the insertion point in the Screen Tip text box. In the Set Hyperlink Screen Tip dialog box, type Go to BLS website in the Screen Tip text box. The new screen tip will appear when you move the pointer over the hyperlink. Click OK. The Set Hyperlink Screen Tip dialog box closes. In the Edit Hyperlink dialog box, click OK. The new screen tip will appear when you point to the hyperlink. Use hyperlinks to redirect users to a different worksheet, a separate file, or a website with a single mouse click. Click Cell A20. You want to insert a hyperlink to direct users to the Sales by Client worksheet in the monthlysales.xlsx file. Click the Insert tab on the ribbon. In the Links group, click the Link button. The Insert Hyperlink dialog box opens, where you will choose the hyperlink link text and destination. In the Link To section, click Existing File or Web Page. This hyperlink will link to an existing file or web page. By default, Excel displays a list of files located in the current folder. You can also link to files or pages in other locations by clicking the Browsed Pages or Recent Files button. Click the Text to Display box. Type Click here for more details in the box. You will modify the hyperlink text to appear in cell A20. In the Look In area, click monthlysales.xlsx. The hyperlink will link to the active worksheet in the monthlysales.xlsx file located in the current folder. The active worksheet is the Sales by Client worksheet. Click OK. Excel inserts the hyperlink in cell A20. Use defined names in formulas rather than cell references so users can understand the formula inputs and outputs at a glance. Click cell B6. You will enter a formula here that subtracts cell B5 from cell B4. You will use the cell's defined names instead of their cell addresses in the formula. Type =, revenues, - direct costs in cell B6 and press enter. After you finish typing revenues, Excel highlights cell B4 in the worksheet, indicating that the defined name revenues refers to that cell. Similarly, Excel highlights cell B5 after you finish typing direct costs. Excel then returns the result of the formula in cell B6. Using defined names can make formulas easier to read and to understand. You will sometimes want to delete a defined name that is no longer useful. Click the Formulas tab on the ribbon. The Formulas tab provides options for creating and auditing formulas, working with defined names, and determining when calculations are performed. In the Defined Names group, click the Name Manager button. The Name Manager dialog box opens, where you can add new defined names, edit existing names, and delete names. Click Delete. Excel prompts you to confirm the deletion. In the Microsoft Excel message box, click OK. The defined name no longer appears in the Name Manager dialog box. Click Close. Using defined names can make formulas easier to read and to understand. If you need to change a defined name to better reflect the cell or range it represents, you can easily edit it using the Name Manager. Click cell D9. The defined name for this cell, displayed in the name box to the left of the formula bar, is total sales _ 2021. You want to edit this name. Click the Formulas tab on the ribbon. The Formulas tab provides options for creating and auditing formulas, working with defined names, and determining when calculations are performed. In the Defined Names group, click the Name Manager button. The Name Manager dialog box opens, listing the existing defined names in the workbook. In the list of defined names, click Total Sales _ 2021. You will edit this name. In the Name Manager dialog box, click Edit. The Edit Name dialog box opens with the current contents selected. In the Edit Name dialog box, type Total _ 2021 in the Name text box. The text you enter replaces the selected name. In the Edit Name dialog box, click OK. The name has been changed to Total _ 2021 in the Name Manager dialog box as well as in the name box. In the Name Manager dialog box, click Close. Use defined names in formulas so you can understand at a glance the formula and its contents. Seeing a descriptive name in a formula, such as sales, price, or units, gives much more context than a cell address. Click cell B20. You want to replace the cell addresses in the formula with each cell's defined name. In the formula bar, the formula currently reads $B4 minus $B5 minus B19. Click the Formulas tab on the ribbon. In the Defined Names group, click the Defined Name arrow. The Defined Name menu opens. On the menu, click Apply Names. The Apply Names dialog box opens. The Apply Names list displays an alphabetical list of names currently defined in the workbook. Click Revenues _ 2020 in the Apply Names list. Excel will insert this name in the formula in place of cell B4. Click Direct _ Costs _ 2020 in the Apply Names list. Excel will use this name in place of cell B5. Click Operating _ Expenses _ 2020 in the Apply Names list. Excel will use this name in place of cell B19. Click OK. The Apply Names dialog box closes. Excel applies the names to the corresponding cell references in the formula. Freeze rows or columns, especially those with titles or other descriptive content, so you can scroll through worksheet data past the first screen and still understand the content. Click cell B4. To freeze both rows and columns in the worksheet, click the cell one row below the last row you want to freeze and one column to the right of the last column you want to freeze. Click the View tab on the ribbon. In the Window group, click the Freeze Panes button. The Freeze Panes menu opens. You can freeze both rows and columns, only rows, or only columns. On the Freeze Panes menu, click Freeze Panes. The Freeze Panes command freezes both columns and rows based on the position of the selected cell. Lines appear in the worksheet indicating that column A and rows 1 through 3 are frozen. They will remain visible when the worksheet is scrolled.